Hello everybody, my name is Veladam01 and welcome back to the next episode of City Skylines East of the Curtain, my former Eastern Bloc city building series. This episode is going to be released on Monday or Tuesday, and the next few episodes are also going to be released on Mondays and Tuesdays instead of the usual weekend releases. And this is because I'm currently testing a new video making method and new video making schedule where I will just record the videos on Fridays and I will just edit the footages on Saturdays. Then I will just spend the Sunday with rendering and uploading, and I will just schedule the video to be published on Monday or Tuesday. I think this method is actually better for me and also for the videos, because I can just spend more times making the videos instead of just rushing through it to be ready for the weekend releases. But and I don't know what you are thinking about it, so just tell me in the comments. But anyway, what I have built in the previous episode is I have built the passenger railway infrastructure with this nice big central station and two smaller railway stations connecting up the different parts of the cities to each other with a tram line, and also the outside connection where the intercity trains are coming from to the city. For example, this one here that carries a lot of passengers, so hope it won't cause any issues here, because if you look at here, this bus stop is already quite busy and already a lot of people wait here for the bus. And imagine what will happen if these passengers from the train will just swarm this bus stop. So you know what is going to happen here. But anyway, what I'm going to do in today's episode is I'm going to return to this area here on the other side of the river, which I have built in 1 or 2 episodes ago, because we still have some issues here. For example, let's start with this here. I have some garbage issues because these underground garbage collection points have just become full, because they are actually just garbage collection points, and they need a facility which just sends out trucks to take the garbage and process it. And since we don't have this facility, they just became full because nothing just showed up to take care of the garbage which they collected. So to quickly solve this issue, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place down quickly a big waste processing facility here for a temporary solution, because in the future episodes, maybe in some of the future episodes, I want to build a big regional waste management complex. But this will be enough for now. And let's move on to the original problem that I want to take care of in this episode. And let me show you around with the public transport UI, that you can see that we have absolutely no public transport in this area of the city. So it is just like an average American city where there is zero public transportation and everybody is just taking the car. And you can already see the effects of it here on this road that comes from the bridge. You can see that there is a well, I don't think if it is so serious, but I don't want to cause any trouble here. So you can see that there is a long traffic jam here, and the end of the line is already on the bridge. So I want to solve this issue by providing some public transport infrastructure to this area, and I want to provide it with trolleybuses that everybody who lives in a big city in the former Eastern Bloc could be familiar of. So, and maybe I will also build a tram line into this area. But for now, let's just start this public transport project here with building the trolleybuses and first the trolleybus depot. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark out this area here with some roads to have a playground where I can just try and design the trolleybus depot for the trolleybuses. And I'm going to show you a design which I have tested off camera, because I tested a lot of designs off camera here to see which one is looking the best. And I decided that I will use this design that I will show you here on the screen. So let me just first drag some internal roads for the trolleybus depot to have some marks what I can do and what I cannot do. And let me just copy one of these big industrial buildings from here, which I think it is actually the Soviet factory floor 2, or I don't know what is the number of this asset, but yes, it is the Soviet factory floor 2. And I'm going to use this building as the main hall of the trolleybus depot, because I think it looks kinda industrial enough to be a depot like this. And I'm also going to copy some offices from here, this tram depot. And also the relay station, because actually we need something to provide power for the trolleybuses. And now let's see what I can design with these assets that I'm going to use here. So let me just grab this with move it, and let's see if I can squeeze it and shift up to the offices. And let's see if I can just put these transformer stations here next to the building to if they are looking good. And now let me just see if I can surround the area with some nice roads. Of course I can do it. Okay. Maybe we should just move this road one tile closer to the depot. Okay, so now so now let me just convert this let me just make this asset into a functional trolleybus depot. And I'm going to use these trolleybus spawn blocks, these block service buildings for it, to make it functional. And I think everybody who uses PO, well, I'm not using PO right now here, but everybody who uses PO for building, I think everybody is familiar with these service cubes that provides functionality to the procedural objects that lost their functions. And maybe I should just try to cover up the entrance with something. So I'm going to use here some industrial blocks made by Spence for this purpose. And I'm going to use this here, right here. And let me just put 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6 to this entrance. So this represents the entrance of the trolleybus main hall, maintenance hall, where the trolleybuses are maintained or repaired when they have faults or some defects. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this trolleybus depot to have a nice looking depot by adding some storage area for trolleybuses to have a parking lot when they are not on the line. And I'm going to decorate these parking lots with trolleybus props to represent the buses that are currently spending their free times or off-duty times at the depot, but they cannot fit into the maintenance hall. So I'm going to mark out this rest of the area and see what I can achieve here with this technique. Okay, so now we have the... Oh, and by the way, I think I have just missed something here. So I'm going to cover this up here because it looks kinda ugly. So wait a second. So I'm going to use here some industrial building modules, which are kinda a new asset on the workshop. And they were made by Gap Cove. And they are actually pretty nice industrial asset. They blend really well into the Eastern European or Central European theme. So I'm going to use them to cover up some of these imperfections here between the transformer station. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to place down some trolleybus props to populate the parking lot, to represent some trolleybuses that are parked here off duty when they are not on the line. And for this, I'm going to use some trolleybuses made by Dance from the Steam workshop. He is the guy who also made these Solaris coaches, Solaris buses that are used here on this line, this bus line. And he also made the trolleybus versions of it, and I'm going to use these props which were converted from the actual vehicle assets by the vehicle props. So let me just select some of these trolleybus props, for example this. And I don't know if you have seen the episode where I have built the bus depot, but these vehicle props actually need to be converted into PO, or they will just glow in the night and they will just look like what the hell. So I will convert them to PO to get rid of this annoying lightning and glowing issue. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, and I'm going to also use some Icarus trolleybuses with these old Icarus trolleybuses. I also have the bus version, but I didn't use it. So, and I don't know if I will keep it as like this. But I have the trolleybus versions of it. And I'm also going to plop down some old Icarus trolleybuses around the bus depot to make it more realistic. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to color them in red, because the red is actually the color which they are using for trolleybuses in my city. And I'm going to fill the parking lot with these nicely converted trolleybus props, and I will be right back when I'm finished. And I'm going to set up the trolleybus lines after I finished decorating the depot. Okay, so now the trolleybus depot is finished. Now let me just set up the trolleybus infrastructure for the city area. And I'm going to use this 4-lane road with grass median with trolleybus wires to upgrade the roads. And what I want to do is I want to set up a trolleybus line that goes from here and it goes along this main road. Then it just takes a left turn onto the bridge and it just terminates here at the bus hub next to the Have station at the end of the Have line. And now it will just go back the same way as it come from. Okay, so let's do it. So let's just upgrade the roads along the way. It might be a little bit laggy because you can see that the game has to relocate a lot of parked cars, and it will take a time till it calculates everything, and also my CPU fan is spinning like a helicopter rotor. Okay, and also let's just upgrade the bridge to have a trolleybus wire on it. And let's make the bus hub here accepting the let's make the bus hub here to also accept trolleybuses. So I'm going to use this asset, the 2-lane one-way trolley with both lanes asset, which is actually a custom asset because the vanilla trolleybus road does not accept trolleys on both lanes. So I had to make this asset for the purpose. So now, and by the way, I also have to reset everything again. For example, the no parking and the vehicle restriction that only buses and other services can access this area, and no cars and no trucks except the city services. And I also have to give back the disconnect, I said this pedestrian connection here in this corner. Okay. And now what I also need to do is to bring the trolleybus somehow from here to here, but normally you cannot even intersect trolleybuses and trams in the game. But since I am using modded, I use a lot of mods, and I also downloaded some assets from the workshop. I have a road which does exactly the same, and it is called 8-lane tram and trolleybus road, which is actually 6-lane, but the creator of the asset counted the trams also as a lane, so this is why it is 8-lane. And let's just upgrade this road to make the trolleybuses access this area here. And the upgrading also messed up the road markings with the intersection marking tool, so let me just quickly fix it by one simple trick, that I'm going to copy marking and I will just paste the same marking to the position, and I'm going to just flip it, and I'm going to just make it apply between the intersections. And you can see that I just fixed this area with one simple trick in 1 second. And now let's set up the first trolleybus line. And before I set up the trolleybus line, let me just go to the improved transport manager mode, because I have to set up something. For example, this I will enable unbunching at the terminal stops, which I think I actually left it checked. And now let's make the trolleybus line, the first trolleybus line of the city. So it will go from here. It will just go above the river. It will just go on this main street. And it will terminate here, which I actually forget to build the turnaround for it. So I'm going to build here the other station, the other terminus. And now let's just assign some high capacity trolleybuses to this line, because actually I think it will be really clogged up and used a lot, and there will be and it will be crowded. So let's just select the line and assign some high capacity trolleybuses with these Solaris and of course the Icarus trolleybuses. And I also have these smaller single trolleybus, these ZU trolleybus, but I won't use this model because I didn't even put down the prop to the depot, because you can see that the name of the asset is written in Cyrillic and my keyboard does not support Cyrillic, so I just couldn't search for it. So I don't want to just go, and I just don't want to just go across every prop to find it. So I will just scrap the idea that I will use these classic old Soviet ZU trolleybuses. So let's connect up this here. And now let's start the time and see how the trolleybuses are going out to the line of the first trolleybus line of the city. Hello? Okay, there they are coming. Okay, so they will just go on the line. And now let's continue today's video with building a tram line that will go from here to here on this main boulevard, main ring road. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up a 6-lane road with trams across the city. And I'm in the wrong tab, so let me just quickly correct it. So I'm going to use this 6-lane road with median to set up a tram road that just surrounds the downtown, this part of the downtown, and have a tram line on it. And for this part I will just use the trick with the trolleybus wires and the tram road, so trolleybuses can also go on the same road as the trams. And to terminate the tram line, what I'm going to use is I want to use the reversible tram mode for terminating the tram lines, the trams at the end of the line. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to upgrade this section to a custom-made asset, the 6-lane road with reversible tram. So now the trams will be able to reverse at the end station of the line. And I'm also going to make this asset into a custom node. And also this node here on the other side, I'm also going to make this into a custom reversible track and reversible node, or custom node with the node controller. And you can see that it just doesn't come with the cross tracks where the trams can just access to the other track to turn around. So I'm going to fix this by some decorative networks and intersection marking tool, because I have downloaded some intersection marking, some decorative network, especially for this use. So I'm going to just select these two nodes and I'm going to drag here a decorative network with vanilla tram rail with these and also it comes with wire. Only thing I have to do is just adjust the width of it to 120%, because it is actually narrower than the narrower than the vanilla track for some reason. I don't know why. I'm going to copy and paste this marking template to the other side. And now, before I set up the next tram line, what I want to do is I want to build a second tram depot here into this area, because if you can see we have one tram depot here, but it is quite far away from the line. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark another area out for the second tram depot. And now what I will do here is I'm going to recycle these assets from the previous tram depot. So I'm going to select them and I will just copy and paste them to the new location. Like this. I won't copy and paste the tram props around it, so I will just only copy and paste the buildings which were converted to procedural objects or etc. And now what I will do is I will drag this road here, 2-lane road with tram tracks around the building. And position them perfectly. And I'm going to place here down a nice separate tracks for have a place where they can store trams again. And now I'm going to use the same trick with the tram spawn blocks, the tram service blocks, to have a place where the trams can spawn with some move it magicry, because it doesn't want to snap to the position where I want to use it. And now we can set up the second tram line of the city. So it will depart from here. It will have one stop here. It will have one stop here. It will have one stop here on the other side of the bridge. And it will just terminate here on this, on the other side of the city, the other side of the boulevard. And it will just go back the same way as. And now let's assign some high capacity trams for this line also, with these Combino trams, which are from Budapest. And I'm just going to recolor the tram line to a custom color code to yellow, because actually the trams, because the asset creator of this asset thought that if you want to be 100% realistic, you should use this color code. And I'm also going to recolor this other tram line to this color. So we have unified the tram colors in the city. And now let's start the simulation to see how the tram line will appear on the line. Okay, so trams doesn't want to spawn, or it spawned, but it is kinda just stuck in the way. You know what is it? I think it is actually a bug with node controller and the nodes, or maybe adaptive networks, but I think I have actually uninstalled that mode because it just created some issues for me. So I think I should just update the node here, because it actually just something went wrong and it just bugged, it just glitched out. So let's just fix it by node controller. So I think this tram will despawn here and everything will be back to normal after it despawns. Or shall I delete it by hand and manually? I don't. Oh no. Okay. It actually works. Okay. So now this will go out on the line, and they will just take the passengers where they want. So you can see that they will just go out and start their journey up and down between the two ends of the line. And maybe we should also connect up the other side of the boulevard with some public transport from here to here, because you can see it will be a perfect full circle, even if the citizens have to just cross an underpass to go around fully circular in the city. But I think, you know what, I will do it. I will do it right now here on camera. So let's just do it right now. Okay. And I'm going to also use trolleybus for this. Okay. So let me just upgrade this road here. From here to trolleybus road. And let me just also upgrade this road here from here to here as a trolleybus road to this bus hub. And the game just slowing down again because of the massive parking cars. And now let's try to make here a nice trolleybus turnaround. With a trolleybus road. Like this. And now let's set up the second trolleybus line, which will just go from here. It will stop here, 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 or you know what? No, not here. But actually we'll go around here. And let's just relocate this stop to here. And now the circle around the downtown is fully completed, only with two transfers, only with two changes between the lines. And by the way, also need to assign some vehicles to this line, the second trolleybus line, also these high capacity trolleybuses. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate the trolleybus stops and the newly built tram stops in a short time lapse, and I will finish the video after I finished it. Okay, so here we are again. I have just finished the decoration process, so let me just show you around what I did. So I spent most of my time decorating the heater square here. So I just basically turboed this heater square up a little bit. For example, I have placed down a lot of these displays to show the citizens important information about their public transport lines, so they can now see when their bus or trolleybus or even their suburban train are going to departure. I have also placed a lot of these parked transport vehicles like trolleybuses and buses all across the square to show that this square is actually a pretty important transport hub, and the drivers of these vehicles are just taking a rest, taking a pause here, so they just park their vehicles on the edge of the road while they are just taking their time here in this driver shack here. And by the way, I also turboed this up a little bit by this cover here on the front of it. And I have also replaced the worker guy, the statue of the worker guy. By the way, I didn't delete him. I just moved him here until I find out what to do with him and where to place him down. So maybe I can find him a better place. So I replaced them with this modern sculpture here that I found when I was searching for props. And I don't know what this wants to show. You can see it is just a cube, but I replaced the worker guy with this because I was told that maybe the worker guy is a little bit too socialist here, but I don't know what you are expected from a former Eastern Bloc country. But I still replaced the worker guy with this sculpture here. And I have also decorated the second tram line, the stops of the second tram line, with these shelters and ad boards and ticket machines and the stop signs everywhere. I tried to do my best to decorate this line. Hope you are satisfied with it. Hope you like it. And maybe I should also replace this network here, this avenue here, with a different network asset, because this road here that I used here actually depends on the adaptive networks mode, and I had to disable and unsubscribe that mode because it just caused issues with my city and a lot of bugs, so I had to just disable that mode. So I think off camera I will replace this asset with a different kind of asset that does not depend on the adaptive networks mode. And for the next episode, I don't know what I will do yet. Maybe I will just make here a downtown expansion to fill up this area here that is empty right now here, or I'm going to just come here and I will just rework this suburb here that I made only for the screenshots with the train station. So to rework it and make a proper suburb here, and also fill up this big empty area here between the rail and the neighborhood stream and this avenue, and again the railway. Or I will just put down a lot of city monument and landmarks all across the city. For example, here next to the bridge, or here on the other side of the river. But anyway, this is the end of today's episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I will see you in the next episode. I was Veladam01. Thanks for watching. See you later. Goodbye.